Hello and welcome and a Merry Christmas Eve to you. I hope you are enjoying the holiday season. It's my favorite time of year. And with this video, I wanted to share my Christmas movie collection as it's something that I've been working towards building over the past year or so. Still got some gaps to fill in along the way, but nonetheless, it was one that was requested and one that I wanted to do anyways and show you my kind of whole encompassing Christmas movie collection. Welcome once again, my name is Austin, and this channel is all about helping you to dig deeper and go further to better understand faith and film and everything that's in between. If that sounds exciting to you, make sure you click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any future content. So I'm going to be going through my Christmas movie collection. I'm just going to go alphabetically through them. I've probably got about 15 or 20 movies, so it won't take too long to go through all of these. But starting things off, we have the movie Anna and the Apocalypse. This is a really fun one. It's a zombie comedy Christmas musical. Yes, it blends all four of those zombie comedy Christmas music. Yeah, all four of those different genres together in a really fun, really entertaining movie. It's not for everyone, but I mean, if you're into the Zombieland movies, and like some of the musical numbers in this are like stylistically kind of like High School Musical. It's a really fun movie. It's definitely worth giving a chance. Like I said, it may not be everyone's cup of tea or cup of hot chocolate for this time of year, but it's definitely worth giving a watch, I think. Next, we have Disney's Christmas Carol. This is the one, aside from maybe like the Muppets and one other one I can't remember, this is the Christmas Carol movie I grew up watching. I still remember seeing this one in the theaters, and it's one I really enjoy. I love the animation for this one. It's really well done, and one that I really enjoy visiting every year or so. Next, we have the best Christmas movie of all time, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Haven't pulled the trigger on the 4K for this one yet, hoping to get it for a good deal, maybe after the holidays wrap up a little bit, but nonetheless, there's nothing I can say about this movie that's not already been said. It is the greatest Christmas movie. It's got an amazing story. It's super funny, really good family tie themes that I always enjoy checking out. Next, we have Will Ferrell in Elf. This is another one I need to grab the 4K upgrade for because I've heard it's fantastic over this one. So this movie I've seen absolutely countless times. It's constantly on TV throughout the holiday season. It's one I don't remember if I actually did get a chance to watch this one last year. It's hard to tell because I know this movie so well because I've seen it so many times. So one I'm hopefully going to check out this holiday season again because like I said, I don't think I checked it out last year. Next, the movie that came out a couple of years ago, Fat Man. I just watched this one a few weeks ago with a friend of mine. He had never seen it before. It's a really fun one, kind of like a dark comedy action movie where it's in like a real world where Santa Claus is losing hope because there's no more Christmas cheer. He gives this rich, spoiled brat kid a lump of coal for Christmas, so the kid hires a hitman to kill Santa Claus. So that is a really fun watch. Next, we have one that I just added to the collection this year, checked out last year for the first time, Fred Claus. This is another one I would like to give another watch this year because I really enjoyed this one last year. Vince Vaughn and Paul Giamatti are really funny in this one together, and it's one that I definitely wanted to add to my collection and check out again because it was a really fun one. It kind of gave me like the Santa Claus movie vibes a bit as well that I enjoyed. So next we have Home Alone. I'm going to show this one too since we're doing it. And Home Alone 2, the only Home Alone movies you need to have in your collection. But I mean, again, some of the best Christmas movies ever made. Next, one that was added to the collection this year, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Absolute classic. I hadn't seen this one for a long time, but I actually just watched it this morning with my son for the first time in a long time. His first time, obviously, since he's still less than a year old, but really just a beautiful told story as well, with just really fun, entertaining music, and animation was really cool to see. You don't see that animation style much anymore, so it was really neat to see that hand-drawn style nature of it. Just an absolute classic as far as Christmas goes. Next, we have the live-action Jim Carrey Grinch movie. This is another one I grew up watching all the time, so another one I know very well, but one that I'm always happy to have in the collection. Next we have It's a Wonderful Life, one of the best Christmas movies for sure. This is another one. I think I might like to get the 4K at some point. I've heard it's really good, but just a beautiful story about the just power of friendship, the significance that one person has in an entire town's and entire life of people around him. beautiful story, really well told, and just an absolute classic that will probably continue to be one of the best Christmas movies till the end of time. Next, we have Jingle All the Way. This is one I did not watch growing up, but it was one of my wife's favorites growing up. I'm not talking to you, Siri. I did not watch this one growing up, but my wife, this is one of her favorites. So she showed it to me a couple years ago for the first time. I really enjoyed it. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's one of my favorite actors. So one that we're happy to have in the collection. Another one that's a bit of a different one, Krampus. This is one I watched a couple years ago for the first time. Really enjoyed it. I think I might like to get the 4K for this one at some point too. But for now, happy I got this cheaper Blu-ray for it. It's a really fun, another like dark comedy horror movie that's really entertaining. One that I haven't watched actually is Miracle on 34th Street. This is the one with David Attenborough, I believe, is the Santa in this one. I didn't know this was a John Hughes movie, but this is another one of my wife's favorites growing up. We might watch it this year if we have time. If not, we'll hold off and watch it next year. Next, we have The Nightmare Before Christmas, though there's a long debate about whether this is a Halloween or Christmas movie. At the core, the story revolves around Christmas themes. It's one I had not watched growing up, but checked out a couple years ago for the first time. I really liked it. I think I did go in with a little higher expectations than I came out with in the end. But despite that, I love the music. I love the animation style. I love stop motion stuff. So I always have a soft spot for that. I consider it more of a Christmas movie because it all revolves around the themes of Christmas. And technically the entire movie takes place the day after Halloween anyways. So I feel like it's one that you just pop in not long after Halloween and enjoy a little bit of both there as you usher in Christmas and all that. Next, we have The Polar Express, one that is becoming more and more contentious on whether or not people like it because of the animation style. I've always enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun with it. It's one that, like I said, I grew up watching all the time, so I really like that movie. Next, we have The Santa Claus and Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. Like I said, I still have a couple gaps in the collection. I don't have the Santa Claus 2 yet, sitting on my Amazon wish list, but I've found these at like thrift stores cheaper, so I've just picked those up along the way, but eventually I'm looking to grab, the third one too. I've also been watching the new Disney Plus series, and it's pretty good. We've only watched a few episodes so far, but next, wrapping things up with the holiday specials, we have this one here, which includes Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Found this one for a really good deal a couple years ago with slipcover and all. That's really nice. And then, strangely enough, that movie doesn't include, or that set doesn't include A Year Without a Santa Claus, which is like another absolute classic Christmas holiday special. So I picked that one up at a thrift store, found it for a great deal. And then lastly, one of the granddaddies of them all, Charlie Brown Christmas. Obviously, this is all the holiday specials for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, but Christmas is my favorite of those bunch. So that is my Christmas movie collection. Like I said, not an absolutely massive one, but one that I've been working on building up over the past couple of years. Hope you enjoyed checking it out. I always enjoy showing off pieces of my collection. So thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. I will see you in the next one.